Forces away now! Forces away! Forces away!
It's all soft, stay with it!
Wow.
Top 3 reasons a camper should come to NUTC. Number 1, they'll have a ton of fun. Number 2, they'll get a lot better at Ultimate. And number 3, they'll make great friends who they'll see all over the country at tournaments for years to come.
From players that have played, at Easterns and have won championships to players who have just started a team and they're here because they want to learn how to get more than 5 people at practice.
You learn a really solid way to play the game that doesn't rely on huge plays or athleticism, but the focus is very much on dump and swing offense, things that make teams great all over the country.
Each day going over very specific aspects of the game. It really gives the kids a chance to focus on one thing at a time, which is, I think, really the best way to get better.
One of the most important things a camper can learn at NUTC is kind of, what I see is the winning way or the right way to play Ultimate.
You can take a lot away from here, even as a counselor. I am trying to convince Tina to start a counselor camp like this too, where she lets us cover and run around for a few days, but we'll see if that happens.
I think the best thing for the kids is being around other kids who love Ultimate.
My name's Katie Palmer.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Andrew Hollingworth.
My name's
Tim Morrissey. My name's Ben.
Nick O'Neill.
Luis Selves.
Brian Walter.
Chip Cobb.
Gabe Kirschman.
Jimmy Hooper.
Peter Logan.
Leela Tennell.
Mariel Franklin.
Mark Vandenberg.
Sarah Keela.
Sophie Herskew.
Wesley Hartwell.
Adam Fagan.
I'm 18 years old.
I'm 17.
I'm 16.
I'm 15.
And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Seattle, Washington.
Vermont.
Maplewood, New Jersey.
North Reading, Mass.
Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School.
And I'm from Amherst.
No, I'm from California, so there's not a whole lot of people from, from California out here. There's one, but when I first came here and didn't know anybody, people were so inviting. Like, hey, my name's Adam, and they just really wanted to meet you, to throw around with you, to learn about where you're from, and it was just really awesome to be that welcomed that quickly.
It feels like a really friendly environment where you can make really close friends, but at the same time, on the field, you can have your battles and have that same competitive spirit, but in a very with a very strong sense of camaraderie at the same time. You really learn to respect your opponent instead of hating them.
Just the spirit that Tina brings, the attitude that she brings to this camp, helps the kids see that you can be intense and still spirited at the same time.
Because everybody is a friend. You can play them in the scrimmage, you can try your hardest to get the disc, and they're your enemy or your defender when you're trying to get it, but then afterwards you can go up to them and be great D-man, or that was awesome, and then it really doesn't matter if you're on a different team, because you're all at NUTC and you're all trying to improve, but you still get to play each other and get that experience of trying hard, but then you're friends afterwards.
It's been a really, really good spirit. Everybody's up and cheering for their teammates, and it's just really, really cool.
When a camper comes to NUTC, I think they really should expect to work hard and learn a lot, and learn really how to focus their intensity in ways they haven't before.
It's not really intimidating or anything. Everybody has the same sort of reason for coming here. And it's because they want to improve and they like Ultimate. So yeah, it's really fun.
And during the sessions, it's go time. It's intense the entire time, to the point that we're doing push-ups as an entire camp when one person is late bringing in their water bottle. So it's the idea that when we're here to work and play Ultimate, we're working really hard, right? And then we're going to go back and have fun just as a community of Ultimate players.
It's actually true to the name. It's a training camp. They're here to train. It's physical and it's mental.
It was awesome. Tiring, awesome, soreness, but it was good.
If you love Ultimate, you'll definitely love NUTC, because that's pretty much all NUTC is. It's just playing Ultimate. You get to run some drills, and they aren't that bad. You pay attention, but at the end of every practice or at the end of every session, you get the scrimmage, and then there's a tournament at the end. If you like Ultimate, you'll like the camp.
We would drill for a while working on a certain thing like defense or swinging, and then we'd try to apply those to the scrimmages right after. So I think it was really nicely formatted.
The dump swing is like any relationship that you may find yourself in. It is loving, it is committed, it is sacred. There are three main things. I've seen a lot of things in my life. I'm a pretty world-weary guy, and I've learned three things about love and relationship. The first important thing to a relationship is the spark, obviously. If you don't have that initial spark and attraction, the relationship's not going to go anywhere. So what we mean by that is, I need to realize that when I turn and I look at Ben, that is just as attractive an option as anything else, okay? In fact, this is the most attractive thing I've seen all day, okay?
So I'm going to talk about cutting. I'm talking about the other side of the relationship here. So Dano's playing defense on me. Let's think of Dano as the psycho ex-girlfriend. Okay? So I need to get separation from Dano. That's the key, is separation. If Dano is really worried about me going downfield like that, he's going to already give me a lot of separation. So Dano, go down there. If Dano's already downfield, I already have separation, so I don't need to worry about it. Then I can just make my cut. I
love you.
And we connected now, right? Okay. More often than not, though, that psycho ex-girlfriend is going to be a little clingy. Okay. So he's right here. All right. I need to get separation from Dano here.
I mean, the tournament is the best because, I mean, you're with all these people this whole week. You play on different teams, and then you get to take everything you've learned and use it for real.
It's really nice to be in a place where like a lot of the best girls from around are here, because I only play against girls on my team when I'm at home.
Well, I would just say that it is a terrific opportunity to play with other girls their own age and just to learn and to become more confident playing with men. I mean, even though women's ultimate is growing a lot, you know, there's still a lot of it. You know, you will get the opportunity to play with men if you want to.
Tom, you in?
Guys, you were playing fantastic.
Good job.
Katie, way to burn two guys.
Yeah, Katie, that was awesome.
Girl power.
There are girls out here who are running the field. You know, there's tons and tons of great girls, and they come out and they learn from the boys, and they play against the boys, and they're not scared. And it's really nice. I think that's part of the comfortable environment, that the girls have a really nice time coming out here and being able to be seen as equals. You know, and on the field, they absolutely are.
So I would definitely encourage any girls who are interested in coming.
Go, Ray, go! Yeah! Yeah, Claudia!
Well, scrimmage has been tight, but rec hour is always enjoyable, so it's a little hot, you know, so it's fun just to go to the pool and chill.
The food is really good, and like there's just a lot of stuff to do. There's a pool to relax after a long day of ultimate. There's the Ultimate, which is just a new game I just learned how to play, and I just have so much fun doing it. And there's disc golf and just the lounge. You can just go listen to music and just hang out and meet people, which is awesome. I love it.
And then I thought like trade night was a good activity because you get all the different stuff from all these different teams.
The talent show is awesome. Well, I mean, talent show. That's what we call it anyway. You know, every once in a while we get someone with actual talent.
Jody always says, a tablespoon for her face. Lather. Let's capture her. We got hold on. Hey, let's look tough. Look tough. Get your face. Oh. Hold on. Oh. Okay, wait. That's
Song and rope called Motorcycle. Yes.
Kemper Counselor game is awesome. It's always so fantastic to get to play against some of the best players in the country. And it's humbling, but it's incredibly rewarding.
Love my girl. Love my motorcycle girl. She's so fierce. She always speaks her mind. I clean for her. I clean for her on the weekends. She gets out her bike and polishes. She loves her Harley. She says, get on the back and we go for a ride. I cling to her. She drives like a maniac. My motorcycle girl.
I guess the most useful thing I've learned is to just always remain positive no matter what.
Cutting for the most part. I mean, before I just been cutting, but now I learned to chop my step and drop my weight and really explode out, and it helps you get open.
Well, for one thing, they reconstructed my forehand grip.
Dumb swing.
How to time my cuts better.
Mechanics of throwing.
Breaking the mark.
Smart defense.
Lead them on to the pass.
And have really good sideline.
Defensive positioning.
Like how to position yourself when you're throwing a puck.
To be chilly on offense.
How to play zone defense.
One thing found interesting is that a layout block is not necessarily the best D. You know, it seems like it, but it's really a team defense. And that's definitely a cool part. I like that part a lot.
Whenever you see something click with someone, or just when a kid comes up and asks me a question, I was working with someone the other day on just a new grip for the flick. It's pretty cool to be able to help them out and then to lead them through that process for the week.
Who remembers the defensive goals?
Ooh.
Go ahead, Chip.
Don't get broken.
We got don't get broken.
No upfield dump cuts.
We got no upfield dump cuts.
Don't get beaten deep.
And we got don't get beat deep.
I think almost every camper that I've coached here has given me a moment where I sort of see the light bulb go on.
As you straighten your arm.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that was awesome.
There was a kid who's been here the last 2 weeks.
The camper had aspects of it that they didn't understand.
This week, Will on my team was, tentative cutter, a little bit afraid with the disc.
He would do a double hitch before he pulled. It was like he'd go in to throw it and then he'd come back again.
And we kind of sat down and went over, different situations that arose in the dump and swing, whether it was a trap on the sideline or a forced middle, things like that.
And by the end of the week, he was timing his cuts probably better than some of his more experienced teammates.
And this week I worked with him a little bit on it again, and he was able to do it, and he seemed to be very happy with the way he was throwing after that.
Got it?
There you go.
Gabe, please, Gabe.
That was really rewarding, having see somebody go from not really confident in what they're doing to feeling like they're very good at what they do and knowing what they can get done.
Me working with him one-on-one and teaching him the things and showing him the things and seeing him understand it and then be able to go do it, that makes coaching worthwhile.
The goal of defense is to stop the other team from advancing up the field. So the best way to do that is not let your guy get thrown to. So in that way, if Dylan's cutting, I always need to be on the force side. So if Dylan cuts out and I force him in like I want, I need to stay on the force side. Always on the force side. Yes, going to the inside might be the best way to get layout blocks, but this is the best way to play shut down, dictate defense, for a couple reasons.
It's really great to have the coaches that are here coaching us, like all these people or players from these really great teams that I read about in like the UPA magazine, and I read about their teams and I read about their playing, so it's really cool to kind of see them here.
Coaching counselors are great.
They're great. They're like big friends because they're so funny. You wouldn't expect them to be instructors until like you hear them say really smart things.
Well, the counselors, it just always amazes me how patient and how dedicated they are to this camp. Just to come out here and be in the blazing hot sun for one thing all day.
They're really open for questions because I came up to one of them during dinner and asked for help during my throws, and they were more than happy to come out on the quad and just throw with me.
You can ask them anything. I tend to ask lots of questions, and I learn a lot that way.
They're so determined to really just work with everyone individually and really make sure that no one's left behind.
Great biz! Great biz! Again biz! Again biz! Again biz!
If you want to learn ultimate for the first time, or if you've been playing for years and years, I mean, it's great for both. I've played with people from both spectrums. Both ends of the spectrum. It's really open to everyone, which is cool.
I check in with the kids a lot and ask, are we throwing too much stuff at you? But I think that most of the campers understand that they're getting lots of information and that they're getting sort of long-term information. And there's campers who take notes at lectures. All right, I happen to pick up this book from John Wooden, which is sitting out in the lounge. Gage put it there. It's really worth picking up. Please, if you have some downtime, pick it up. Well, one of the things I'm continually impressed about at NUTC is the amount of progress that occurs over like 4 days. And even over the course of, one day. You teach something in the morning and it's, applied immediately that afternoon.
It's only the second day and I feel like I'm already getting better at certain skills.
I think the most important thing that I've gotten from NUTC is that I've learned how important it is to relearn things every year. And to come back to camp and be like, that's right, that's what I need to be doing. Bring myself back and be like, all right, that's how I cut. I sort of had gotten off of that. So I think that it's really important, even if campers have heard these things before, having it reiterated for them every year is really important.
If you have an opportunity to come and you don't come, you've missed a great opportunity, because it's really the chance of a lifetime, really, to learn, because you're here with the best players under an intensive, focused environment for a week, and you learn more here that you can then take back with you to your teams than you could learn by yourself or just at your high school in a year.
The biggest thing about camp is like this confidence you can gain. Like 2 days of skill work is good if you don't know what's going on, but to get to play with all these different people and you can just take shots you don't normally take on the team, get to play different roles,
Well, if you come, you're going to become a much better player. I think I've gotten better here, just with all the competition and all the games. That just playing in games just makes you so much better, and I think it's a really kind of rewarding experience for everyone.
I just don't think there's ever another chance to have this many different styles of ultimate, just one-on-one attention from a counselor, working with people you don't know, and trying to click as a team, getting to work together for a whole week. It seems like usually ultimate, unless it's a practice, you're just playing for a weekend, but this is like go time for 5 days or 5 or 6 days, plus all the fun stuff.
It's just all about ultimate, and where everybody here is just loves ultimate.
Gosh, I wish I had this camp when I was that age. It's such a good time.
Camp is great. Any kind of camp is great, but ultimate is so much fun, and I've never experienced anything that is as enjoyable, and you get to kind of combine the two here.
Oh, it's just fun.
It's just a blast. I know I don't even get to play, and I'm having a great time, and I know all the kids are just having so much fun.
100 kids playing a sport they love, 13 counselors, trying to teach a sport they love, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would have loved to have been here when I was in high school. It would have been great. I totally could have learned some things here.
Definitely coming back next year. I'm definitely coming back.
I'm definitely coming back next year.
Oh yeah. Right. I might come for the 3 weeks. Because last year I went for 1, this year I went for 2. Next year I might go for all 3.
Absolutely. I'm coming back. I'm coming back till I'm done playing ultimate.
It restores my faith in ultimate every year. It really does, fall back in love in the sort of purest sense with the sport.
You gotta come. If you don't come, you're gonna wish you had.
championship, so they need to get And this week's best overall campers are Adam Fagan and Kate Campbell-Strauss. Other than that, thanks a lot for coming. Clean up the dorm and drive safely. Thanks.